Hello everyone, Super Duper Boy here. So yesterday, Lucasfilm and Disney released new information on lots of their upcoming projects, which are mainly new Star Wars shows. There's tons of stuff to talk about that is coming into the Star Wars universe, so let's just get started with the first one, which is the Bad Batch show. This one is special because it's the only show that has an actual trailer. It seems like this will take place right after Order 66, and we'll get to explore what it was like being a clone under the Empire. I'm so excited to see the early days of the Empire and more of the Bad Batch, who will probably go to lots of crazy worlds, fighting Zygerians and getting into cool battles. Also seems like Fennec Shand, who is a character in The Mandalorian, will be in this show, which is a great way to tie everything together. But in the end, the absolute best thing about this show is that it's basically Clone Wars Season 8. It has the same animation style, which looks incredible, and it will also have returning characters like Tarkin. So because this is the only one with a trailer, it is the one I'm most excited for. It's releasing in 2021, and it's said that it will come out soon, so let's hope that means early next year. So the next show of many I'm going to talk about is one called Rangers of the New Republic. It's set within the time of The Mandalorian, and its story will likely be connected to The Mandalorian in many ways. It seems like they're shaping sort of a multi-show story around this time in the galaxy's history with this and the Ahsoka show. So this one will definitely be interesting. It could have the pilots who showed up in The Mandalorian return. We'll just have to wait and see. Also, maybe Cara Dune will return considering she's part of the New Republic. Now I'm going to talk about some of the lesser known about projects before getting into the bigger stuff. So first of all, there's a show called Star Wars Visions. So what's interesting about this is that it's actually going to be an anime, which I'm pretty sure is a first for Star Wars. It's probably going to be in English, but still have an anime sort of style. And it's described as having unique different stories scattered all throughout the timeline, from the prequels to the sequels. And some episodes are made by different animation studios than others. So it seems like each episode will be its own story that the writers can do anything they want with, wherever they want, whenever they want. So this definitely has a lot of potential. Another smaller one is an animated story called A Droid Story, and it will be about a new droid character with R2-D2 and C-3PO. That's really all we know so far. It probably won't be as serious as some of the other ones, but it does sound like a fun story, and everyone likes droids. We don't know when this will take place, but it could be after The Rise of Skywalker. Star Wars Acolyte is another one we heard about for the first time, and it's a mystery show about the dark side during the end of the High Republic, which is the era before the prequels. So we're going to actually see some stuff before the Phantom Menace. I really hope Darth Plagueis is in the show, and I hope it explores the Sith more and dives deeper into their origins and why they hate the Jedi so much. Maybe it's not about the Sith at all, but the description talks about dark side stuff, so they most likely will be a major part of the story. There's also going to be a Lando Calrissian show. My guess is that it will be set between Solo, A Star Wars Story, and A New Hope. It will probably be with Donald Glover's Lando and not Billy D. Williams, because he's pretty old now. Another show that's taking place between Solo and A New Hope is the Cassian Andor show. They released a behind-the-scenes video that shows the production, where they showed some of the alien designs and some concept art. The show will be 12 episodes long and will release in 2022. Cassian Andor isn't exactly a fan favorite character, but I think the show will be good because it explores the early days of the rebellion. Star Wars Rebels did the same thing, but this show can make it a lot darker and more serious. So if the show is like Rogue One, then it will be good. Next up is an Ahsoka show. It'll take place around the time of The Mandalorian, and we'll be able to see what she's been doing after Star Wars Rebels. Most people are excited about this, but I've seen some people say that Ahsoka has been showing up too much in Star Wars stuff. But she's a fan favorite character, and we still don't know her full story, so I'm happy they're making this. And spoilers for The Mandalorian Chapter 13, it's possible that Grand Admiral Thrawn could show up because she asked where he is. So this is definitely one I'm looking forward to. The only downside is that it's going to be a limited series, so that probably just means one season, but I'm sure it will be really good. And now finally, the show that I think the fan base is most excited about, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. It's likely going to be another limited series, but I'm confident that it'll be really incredible, because they are not only bringing Ewan McGregor back, but also Hayden Christensen, who played Anakin Skywalker in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. So that's really exciting that he's making a return. This show is taking place 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, so we'll likely see Anakin mainly in flashbacks. But what's crazy is that it said they're going to have the rematch of the century. Now, this got me excited and confused. I always thought that they fought on Mustafar and didn't have a rematch until A New Hope, and I think that was the intention George Lucas had. But I suppose it is possible that they could have fought again without it ruining the continuity. I do have mixed feelings about this though. We'll just have to wait and see what they mean by rematch of the century. But this show is going to be definitely great. It'll probably feel a lot like the prequels because of the returning actors. It's estimated to release in late 2021 or early 2022, but it's not confirmed yet. So those are all of the TV shows, and I'm looking forward to all of them. But there's also some announcements about Star Wars movies. The first being Star Wars Rogue Squadron, which is going to be a movie all about space battles, which is something I really like. It's releasing in theaters around Christmas 2023. I'm surprised this one isn't getting more attention. They announced a new Star Wars movie, but it seems like it's getting overshadowed by everything else. It shares its name with a Star Wars game that takes place between A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back, so that seems most likely where in the timeline this movie will fit. It also has the same director as the Wonder Woman movies. And finally, the last of many things to talk about is that there's a Star Wars movie in production that is directed by Taika Waititi, who made Thor Ragnarok and has played a role in creating The Mandalorian. We know literally nothing about this movie, but it's made by a great director, so it should be good. So those are some massive announcements. So many things are coming in just the next 3 years. Imagine how much there's going to be in the next 10. It's really a great time to be a Star Wars fan. Through the next few years, I will be making reviews and videos on all of these shows and 2 movies when they come out. And one more thing to talk about is how there's something that wasn't mentioned in this event, and that's the Star Wars Rebels sequel show. Maybe they were waiting to reveal information about it for a later date, or the show is releasing further away, maybe 2023 or 2024, so they didn't want to talk about it yet. But it's been heavily rumored and is very likely happening, so we'll just have to wait and see if they reveal more about it. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video and are excited for all of this as much as I am. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out.